All right, so today we're going to go over the overhead walking lunges. So just a quick recap, what is a walking lunge? Maria, if you don't mind? This is just a walking lunge, and she does it so incredibly well. All right, Maria, come back here. When we talk about doing an overhead walking lunge, thank you.
Thank you.
Maria just wants more camera time. Facing me, same way, please. All right, so when we talk about the overhead walking lunge, what we're talking about typically means you're holding some type of a weight in an overhead position. All right, so Maria's going to take this plate straight up overhead. And first let's demonstrate it, and then we'll talk about how to perfect it. Good, I'll take one more step. Awesome. All right, there you go. So there's your overhead walking lunge. All right, so what's going on here? You're maintaining the same movement as a walking lunge. The difference is, though, you're holding something directly overhead, and there is a key note when you're holding something overhead. Typically, what we try to do is get our clients to perfect the use of three systems: the muscular system, the nervous system, and the skeletal system. So in this particular case, in this exercise, we really see the benefit of using the skeletal system in your favor. Whenever you're standing around doing nothing, as you can see, I'm putting most of my weight on one leg as the other one's slightly bent. I'm actually using my skeletal frame, not muscle, to hold me up, or very little muscle. When Maria was just demonstrating the overhead walking lunge, note how she held the weight overhead. Go ahead, Maria, put it up overhead. And you'll notice her arms are completely locked out. So what she's doing is taking advantage of the skeletal frame. Now, as you do this, your shoulders might start getting a little bit lazy and sinking down. You just need to remind yourself to keep pushing it up, because you really want to take advantage and have the bones support the weight, not your muscle, because you're going to fatigue too fast otherwise. All right, so now once you have it in a locked out position, and you don't want to hold it up there as long as she is for no reason, you want to start lunging right away. So what are we trying to do here? Well, we're taking a fairly long stride, stop right there, long enough so that we know our knee is not pushing past the toes, the back leg kneeling down to the floor without scraping the crap out of your knees. Stepping up and walking right through. Good, step up and walk right through. So it certainly takes, you can see the nervous system, that's good, Mer. You can see the nervous system kicking in there as she's maintaining the balance throughout this motion. You're okay to come back, Mer. You can go right back where you were. Awesome. Wow, that was great. Okay, so that's what's going on when we're talking about doing the overhead walking lunge. Now, what you're holding overhead is really up to you. So I don't know what the exercise protocol of that day is asking you to do, but you can certainly hold a barbell, a plate. You can hold a kettlebell, a dumbbell, whatever you like. But here's the thing when you start going into dumbbells and kettlebells. Maria, if you don't mind. All right, so her hands, just so you can see this, bring it down to your chest. The plate is substantially wider than a kettle. Now, why is that of any bearing or relevance to you? Because here's what happens. When you hold it up overhead, it requires substantially more flexibility because you're holding it closer together. Now, Maria could probably still do this, but it starts becoming increasingly difficult to get into that locked out position. Go ahead, Mer. Keep pushing the arms straight up. Yeah, good. All right, good. Bring it back. Okay, so it's doable with anything that you really want to hold overhead. I'm just telling you straight up, not my first choice of a weight that I would hold overhead. The easiest, of course, would be a barbell, because you can go really wide with that. But the most common is holding a plate. So there you have it. That is the overhead walking lunge.